Hi, I'm Grandpa Gary, and I just got here. I'm at the church parking lot, and I have the Zero and the Sbach with me today. We do have a little bit of wind coming from the pond back here, but I don't think it's anything we can't handle, and we ought to have a good time. If you guys like these videos, please subscribe and hit that notification bell. We're so close to 700 subscribers, and I'd hate for you guys to miss one of these live events. This Saturday on the 4th of July, I'll be flying here for the church between 10 and 12. And I'll try to stream a good bit of that and get it out there so you guys can see it. If you're in the area, Marysville Grace is on the north side of town, right here on, I think it's 4. I'm not real sure. If you guys look up Marysville Grace for Marysville, Ohio, you should be able to find it on the internet. Let's get the Zero in the air and see if I can get it back on the ground with this little bit of wind. And then we'll put the Sbach in the air. Had to reload the app, and I had a little bit of trouble. And so I'm not exactly sure if it's all working exactly right. I did see there was a few people logged on already, so I think it's working. It is plenty warm today. We're going to take off that direction towards the pond. Woo! Getting squirrely already. The wind is coming from that direction, so I just need to get a nice slow build up on the speed here, and we should get it. All right, we're in the air. That's the biggest trick with this airplane. After you get in the air, if you just keep your speed up, she seems to do okay. I am full speed right now, and she doesn't like it when you slow down too much in them turns. I do like to get the turn done and then slow it down just a little bit and get them wings flat. And you don't have to go quite as fast, but speed it up a little bit for the turn. This thing just a little bit smaller, and it's a bit tricky with any kind of wind at all. And the torque of the motor is more than the airplane can handle on the takeoffs. That's why I have so much trouble. You really got to ease into the takeoff with no wind, of course. Always works best. And then hopefully the landing goes nice. We've not always had great success with the landings. I usually get it down close and then stall it, and it tips over, and just a challenge. But she's flying pretty decent. I think I have it on high rates. Let's throw it down to low rates and see if I can smooth out my flight just a little bit. Maybe I'm getting too much throws and that's causing problems. One thing about low rates is I'm not sure I can pull off a good roll. That was it, man. I had to get a lot of height. So a little bit challenging. Oh, that was interesting. I didn't really do that, so I don't. She kind of had her mind of her own there for a second and straightened out when I still had it banking. There we go. And this airplane does fly on a 2S 1000 milliamp hour battery. And I got it pushed way up as far as I can get it. And that seems to be the best on the CG. I am running a one of those AR 610 receivers. Woo, nice and low on that pass. Just clearing the parking blocks. I'm not sure if I got enough juice to get a decent loop out of this thing. Oh, way up there. Yeah, no problem. The landing's gonna look something like that. It's starting to give me the countdown, so let's take a gander at an approach here. Got her behind me. That's not good. So we're gonna take it back around. Got a lot of height off of that, just trying to accelerate. Oh, shoot, here we go. Well, for this airplane, that was a pretty good landing, and we saved the prop. Seems like every other flight, it feels like I break that prop. This is the FMS 0. It's considered the 800 millimeter model. It's a small bird, and it's really touchy in the wind. Let's switch over to the Sbach. It's right here next to the 0. And as soon as it switches over, I'll be ready to take off. I already have the battery installed, and she's all ready to go. I was watching the RC Informer today. He's flying the new version of the E-Flight Phantom. Alright, I got it on low rate still. In this airplane, I have throttle kill on. There we go. This thing's got a lot of power. We shouldn't have any trouble popping it up into the air here. Alright, she's all lined up, ready to take off. We'll take off towards the trees, and about halfway there I should be able to lift it into the air. Woo! Lots and lots of power. This thing running a 6S battery, and this is the same size as the Zazzy. And if you guys know what the Great Plains Electrifly Edge 540, it's about the exact same size also. And I run a 6S on it too, which is way too much power, but it's fun. It's nice to have all that extra power. And that's low rates, guys, and a little less than half throttle. And take it around nice and easy here, inverted. Nice and smooth. Not letting the wings dip too far on the turn. Try to keep it out of risk. That was beautiful turns there. We'll line her up for a loop. And take it nice and high off the throttle for the return. And beautiful follow through. It did get a little bit sideways at the top because of the wind. Still below half throttle, guys. Set up that knife edge. Wind carrying it just a little bit. Got a little bit of an angle. Still working on that. Nice straight lines. Using the rudder to push it around there. A big climb, roll it over. Still in low rates and well below half throttle. We'll get a high-speed pass here in a second. We'll take it down here and turn around. The sky is looking beautiful today. all kinds of power, just keep climbing forever if I let it. And get off of it quick, because I take it up there so high it turns into a dot. It usually isn't straight up, and it's going away from me and I don't even realize it. And that's when I get into trouble, because when it starts coming down I can't tell the orientation and all kinds of problems. So, and this airplane does not have safe to help me out and get it leveled back out. So once I get it into those type of problems, I am on a world of hurt. And I've had trouble with that before and got really lucky. And so I don't want to be in that situation. Landing's going to be something like this. We're going to bring it in nice and easy and try to set it down right in front of me. You can see I got a little too far down there on that approach. One thing I also have noticed that I haven't done is tried to do a knife edge in in the other direction, because it's just easier to push to the right on the rudder stick than to try. It feels like you're pulling on the stick with your left hand. If you're doing it the other direction, it's much easier to push. Is losing some altitude because I was down around a quarter throttle. It sure is a blast to fly. I have had several of these because I do love flying them. And I just can't wait to get the Edge 540T into the air, because it flies very much like this. And I have had quite a bit of flight time with the original. And that one lasted a really long time. And where I ended up having problems with that one is I flew it at Flight Fest. And if you've been to Flight Fest, you know, you don't take airplanes you love. You take airplanes to fly and crash. And not that I was having a problem, but somebody else was flying near me and they flew right through a wing. And that's when it was all over. We'll see what the approach looks like from here. It looks pretty good. I like that. Drifting to the right just a little bit. See what the timer said. I had 15 seconds left, so we're not going to put it back in the air. We'll just call that a flight. Taxi it back over here real nice and easy. When you got all that power and you don't use hardly any of it, it feels like a race car, you know. You got it there to use if you want, but you don't need to. So guys, hopefully you guys liked the video today. Had fun flying the Zero and the Sbach. And I can't wait to get back out here and fly again tomorrow. A buddy of mine needs some help, so we're going to head over there and help him. If you guys like these videos and you haven't done it yet, please subscribe. I need all the support I can get. I do appreciate it. You guys that are Patreons, I do appreciate that so much. And if you're wanting to be a Patreon, the link's in the description box. I just need all the help I can to get this thing moving right along. And I do appreciate everybody's help. Until next time, I'm Grandpa Gary, and I just got here.